Hello, my name is Darrin Mish, and I'm a tax attorney with an international tax practice based in Tampa, Florida. Almost every day on my blog and at my website at getirshelp.com, we get comments and emails from people who relate to us their horror stories with the IRS. And so I thought I'd read one here today. It goes like this. My fiance and I were living together in North Carolina. It was well after the tax season had ended, and we had just moved out of my parents' house. They lived in Illinois. My father called me up to let me know that there was a letter from the IRS. They claimed we did not mail all the proper information that they needed. They sent out a form we needed to fill out and mail back. My parents mailed this form to us via express mail. After filling out the form, we discovered that they were claiming we owed $75. Now, $75 doesn't seem like a lot to many people, but we were two young adults surviving off of two minimum wage part-time jobs. We then contacted a number listed on the letter. They were not very helpful and a little rude. We decided that it was best just to mail them a check and fill out the form. A few months passed, another letter came. We thought that they were asking the same thing again. We tried to call again, but my phone disconnected due to a poor signal. Remembering we had paid for the first check with our bank account, which was our still active one, I went through bank statements that showed my $75 check had been cashed, and we were finally able to call the IRS with some proof. After being put on hold for a long time, we were finally able to get the matter resolved. 6 weeks later, our second check of $75 was refunded to us. We celebrated that night with a trip to TGI Fridays. I felt very relieved to have the matter resolved, but angered that it ever happened. I expected the IRS to be a little bit more organized. That's an interesting point, in that I think it's generally speaking a very bad idea to communicate with the IRS over the telephone. I think a better course of action is to respond to correspondence via U.S. certified mail, return receipt requested. In this case, remember, their parents had express mailed the IRS letter to them, incurring the cost of at least $15 additional, when their parents probably could have just faxed, scanned, or emailed it to them, and then they could have responded to the IRS via certified mail with a check if they felt the need to. The fact that they got duplicate correspondence that also indicated that they owed $75 again is not all that surprising. You see, the IRS is a vast organization. There's over 1 million employees employed by the Treasury Service on behalf of the Internal Revenue Service. So it's important to know that this is a very large, bureaucratic, tangled, Byzantine maze of bureaucracy. So the fact that the computer spit out 2 letters is not particularly surprising to me. Just keep in mind that IRS problems can take a while to solve, so it takes a lot longer than you would think, because most likely a human being is not looking at your correspondence and is not reacting appropriately. I think that this story is particularly interesting in light of Timothy Geithner, the new Treasury Secretary's revelations before Congress that he had made some mistakes in paying his tax obligations too. Now, if Timothy Geithner can be nominated and confirmed as the Treasury Secretary of the United States, and this poor couple owed $75 to the IRS that they wouldn't let up on, I just think that's an interesting dichotomy. Let me know what you think, and go ahead and comment below. This is Darrin Mish. If you'd like to see additional videos or additional information about IRS help and IRS problems, I invite you to visit our website at getirshelp.com.